Okay, today I'm going to be showing you what we're doing so far in rounding and estimation. This problem is an estimation problem because it tells the kiddos that they don't need an exact answer, instead they need an about answer. It could also say approximately or close to or near. What I have the kiddos do is first just read the full problem. Logan found 729 pennies in 1 year and 189 pennies the previous year. About how many more pennies did Logan find this year than last? And they first write down if they know if it's a subtraction or addition problem and put the regular numbers in it. So they should be able to tell us that this problem is comparing, so it is a subtraction problem. And from here they see that even though we don't need an exact answer, it doesn't tell us if we're supposed to round to the tens or to the hundreds, which you could do both with this problem. So I tell my kiddos that even though that there's ways to do both, obviously the tens is closer because it's going to give a more exact answer than the hundreds would, but that both are acceptable. So I tell them to look at the answer choices and to see what does it look like they're wanting you to round to. They kind of have to use some common sense with that and kind of deductive reasoning to figure it out. And from there, once they've decided what they're supposed to round to, then they're going to use a process that I call the rounding hills. And what that would look like is they would take the number, and let's say that they've decided to do this one to the hundreds place. And they would take the first number and look and see which two hundreds numbers is it in between. So that would be 700 and 800. And I also go ask them to find the middle number there, which would be 750. Then they would plot where 729 would fall in that rounding number line hill. Be right around here, and since it's on this side, it would round down to 700. Then they're going to do the exact same process with 189. Which two hundreds numbers is it in between? 100 and 200. Middle ground being 150. 189 would be right around here, so it would round to 200. Then they would write the number sentence, the new number sentence where they have changed these numbers. It's no longer 729 minus 189. Now they're going to do 700 minus 200, and they would get an answer of 500. This would be rounding to the hundreds. They could also choose to round to the tens, and that would look like this. Which two tens numbers? 720, 730. Halfway would be 725. 729 would be right here. And it would round to 730. With 189, which two tens numbers, so that would be 180 and 190. Plot it right here as 185. 189 would be right here. 190. Then they would take 730 minus 190, and then from here they could decide to change this to 200 if they wanted to use more of compatible or close to numbers. Otherwise what they would get is 520. Those are the two processes.